The biggest compliment I got for my bargaining ever was from a Chinese man who had been our tour guide when I traveled in China with a bunch of teachers. And he had basically been alluding to the fact that we were all going to be dumb Americans when we got to this place in Beijing where we were going to be bartering. And he basically said, like, look, you're all Americans, so you're kind of stupid. And so chances are you're going to get raked over the coals by these people. And the exchange rate is very favorable to the dollar when I went. So, like, everything was cheaper anyway. But he was basically like, look, it's part of the process, but you should try and barter at least once. They'll give you a slightly lower price. So he gave us some tips on how to barter. And I was like, okay, I'm Filipino. I barter in America. Like, I'm going to be bartering. I'll be fine. And Tony was like, you say that, but it's just very different in China. And I was like, sure. And he's like, you don't speak the language. I was like, no, I get all those things, but like, I can barter. So we go to this giant, it's like a giant shopping mall. So I didn't even know you could barter at like a mall like this, but it's basically full of stalls. And I really wanted tea. So a bunch of the women went to get fake bags and basically asked me if I would help them barter for fake bags, which I went up with them and tried to help them a little bit because like they literally didn't know designer bags versus fake bags ever anyway. So they were just like completely confused. So I went up there basically to tell them like, this is a decent fake. This is an okay fake. There was one time where I was like, this is an okay fake. Like, I don't know, it's not that good. And the woman's like, fine, I'll come down $50. And I was like, I wasn't even trying to barter there. I actually don't think this is a good fake, but that's beside the point. I wanted to barter for tea. So I go to the tea section and like there's a section where there's a lot of tea and I love tea. And so I'm picking the tea that I like and I pick some green tea and it looks delicious. And as I'm looking at the tea, I am so bad at price conversions from currency conversions. I'm bad at it. I have a lot of trouble just doing it in my head. And that's why that Hong Kong story that is one of my videos is about, like, that's why we were so confused too. Like, I'm bad at it. I have trouble with the conversion. Even if I know like dollar's stronger, I still can't figure out what the price is. So I'm always just confused. So I'm bartering with this person in Chinese currency. So we're going down like by 100 and then 1,000. And I spend 45 minutes just, no, a little cheaper. What if I got this? What if I get this? Could you throw in this? And I'm just like doing my normal bartering thing that I would do if I was bartering with anybody. And we have to go. So at this point, Tony came up at the end and was like, hey, Jackie, we actually have to get going soon. I was like, oh, okay, I'm almost done. And he listens to me barter with this person. And I get down to like a price that I'm like, fine, sure, I have to go anyway. So I pay the guy and Tony goes, you did really well. I'm really impressed with you. And I was just like, thank you so much. Woo, thank you. And then I was like, how much did I talk him down? Because I had no idea because I don't know the currency conversion. You know where the story's going, right? Tony's like, oh yeah, you got him down about 40 cents. And I was like, 40 American cents? He goes, yeah, I think in the end, I think you probably got him down a full dollar. But from that short exchange at the end, when you were really strong, you talked him down another 40 cents. And I said, I spent an hour talking to this guy to save 40 cents. And Tony's like, yeah. I mean, you know, the currency conversion. And I was like, no, I guess I don't. And I remember thinking like, I would have much rather been walking around that mall and kind of experiencing this like, you know, experience rather than bartering with this guy for 40 cents. So then I made it my goal. The next time I traveled, I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. When I travel, especially to countries where the exchange rate is lower, I'm just going to pay what the cost is. For lots of reasons now, I just pay what it is. I don't like to barter with people. So when we went to Thailand, they would tell me the cost of something and I'd just be like, yeah, it's $6. Like I'm going to fight with this person for $5.50 or $5. Like that's what I want to spend my time doing. That's what I want to do to this local person who like does this for their living. Like I want to fight over $1. Like, no, I'm not going to fight over $1. My mom hates it. You can imagine when we went to the Philippines, we were looking at all these paintings and my mom's like, I'll talk him down. And I'm like, I don't want to talk this guy down. Like, I don't care. Like I'm visiting their country. I'm a tourist. I don't mind supporting this person. And my mom just basically was like, we're leaving. And she wouldn't let me buy anything because she was like, you're not going to barter. You're not allowed to buy anything. So I didn't. But in Thailand, I got a lot of stuff. And my larger point was it was one of those experiences where it taught me to value my time over money, especially when that money is so small. And that's a lesson I'm trying to work into other parts of my life, but I still really, really struggle with.